You know how it is. You see it all the time. One moment, one single performance, and someone's life just changes overnight. Well, it just happened in the NFL. We're talking about Skylar Thompson, a quarterback who was kind of just there with the Miami Dolphins for years. But he just played an absolutely lights-out preseason game for his new team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. So today, we're going to dig in. We're going to look at the anatomy of that viral performance. So what's the actual formula here? How does an athlete who's been flying under the radar suddenly become a viral sensation overnight? It's like a recipe, right? And we're about to break it down. You need the perfect storm of a great story, a lucky break, and just perfect execution. That's what creates these career-defining moments. All right, first things first. Every great story needs a hero, right? And for a viral moment like this, it almost always starts with an underdog. And man, Skylar Thompson fits that bill perfectly. He's been fighting for his spot his entire career. And get this, he said this before that breakout game. That tells you everything you need to know about his mindset. This quote, it's the foundation of his whole story. He's the guy who takes being overlooked and turns it into fuel. I mean, come on, that's a story you just can't help but get behind. And let's be real, he wasn't wrong about being overlooked. I mean, if you look at his numbers from his first few years with Miami, you're not exactly seeing a future superstar. 10 games played, and he threw more interceptions than touchdowns. That's the stat line of a backup, a guy you put in when you have to. But that context is so important because it's what makes what happened next absolutely shocking. So every story needs that one moment, right? That twist of fate that changes everything. For Skylar Thompson, it all happened on August 9th. The guy who was supposed to be the main backup, Will Howard, he goes down with a broken finger. And just like that, a door that was totally slammed shut for Thompson, suddenly it creaks open. He was about to get a shot, way more playing time than anyone, probably even he, expected. And that brings us to the main event, the preseason game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The door was open, and Thompson, he didn't just walk through it. Nah, he kicked it clean off its hinges. So let's just do a quick fire round of the stats, the numbers that started all the buzz. First up, 233 passing yards. That's a solid, commanding night's work. Get the chains moving, get the offense on the field. Then you get to this number, 3 touchdown passes. See, that's not just game manager stuff. That's winning the game. That's stepping up and making big-time plays when the lights are on. And honestly, this might be the most impressive number of the whole night. 0 interceptions. For a guy who, let's remember, had more career picks than touchdowns before this game, that shows unbelievable poise. He looked cool, he looked calm, he was in total control. Okay, so you put all that together and you get this. Passer rating is basically the big number that tells you how efficient a QB was. His career rating, it was fine, average at best. But in this one game, it was nearly perfect. This chart right here is the statistical proof of a guy completely transforming in the span of a few hours. This is the stat that makes everybody just go, whoa, wait a minute. And it wasn't just about the final box score, you know? It was how he did it. You could feel the performance building. He started out with a nice, short, efficient TD pass. Then he comes back with a perfectly run screen for another touchdown. And then the grand finale, a 26-yard dime for the game winner. He was basically building his own highlight reel play by play right in front of our eyes. But look, these kinds of moments, they don't just happen in a vacuum. Thompson was definitely the star of the show, but there was a director behind the curtain. You know, someone setting the stage so he could succeed. And Thompson himself tells us exactly who that was. When the reporters asked him about it after the game, the first thing he said was, it started with Arthur. He's talking about the Steelers' offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith, the guy in his ear calling the plays. So what was the secret sauce? Well, Arthur Smith didn't try to make Thompson into some kind of superhero. He just created what Thompson himself called a smooth operation. He got the plays in fast, established a good rhythm, and just called the basics, the base stuff. It was all about building confidence, not about trickery. He just created this environment where a guy could go out there, do his job, and just click with everyone else. Okay, so great game, amazing story. But what does it all actually mean for his career?
What's the fallout from this one night where everything, and I mean everything, went right?
Well, the immediate impact is just huge. He's not just some camp body anymore, not just a long shot hoping to hang on. That chip on his shoulder, it just earned him a real, legitimate shot at making the final 53-man roster, a goal that, honestly, seemed pretty much impossible just the day before.
And it's not even just about Pittsburgh. The whole league saw that game. Every single team. Now, if the Steelers decide they don't have room for him, his phone is going to be ringing off the hook. He basically put on a 3-hour job interview for the other 31 teams in the league. His stock, his value as a player, it just skyrocketed, all because of one preseason game.
So there you have it. That's the anatomy of a viral performance. You've got the underdog story, the sudden opportunity, the perfect execution, and a system designed to help you succeed. We've seen how it all came together. But the bigger question is still out there, isn't it? For a player who's been overlooked his entire life, can one night, one incredible game, really rewrite the rest of his career? We'll have to wait and see. But what he proved is that sometimes all you need is that one shot to change absolutely